We welcome Steve McDonald from Yard Market in Toronto. Morning.
Good morning, good morning. And how are you both doing today?
We are fine, thank you. Pearnel Charles wants to know what parish you come from, Steve.
Westmoreland, the great Westmoreland.
You're sure it's Westmoreland?
Yeah, we come from West where there is more land, most definitely. I actually grew up in Leonard's Bigwood in Darlaston.
Leonard's Bigwood, yes.
What are these? Yes, we're familiar with.
Yeah, man,
the farming community.
When I saw the melon, I thought you were St. Elizabeth, man.
Oh.
But Ronnie say you're just on the border.
Yes. So we share some relationships.
Yes.
Steve McDonald, we are interested in linking with you in Toronto because the purpose of the bridge is to provide content for that yearning, that longing, that connection. And first, tell us your story. What took you to Toronto? What is the Yard Market? I know, but the listeners may not. And what is the currency of brand Jamaica in terms of the products available, costing in your markets? Okay,
so let me start. What took me to Toronto was very easy. It was love. I followed my my wife now to Toronto, so it was love that took me to Toronto.
Yeah, man, the best reason.
and
look at that, Pearnel. Just a pause here.
No,
here's a situation.
I thought it's a woman follow the man.
Well, this is it. I was going to say, look how the world changing. It's usually a woman follow man, but now it's man follow woman. Jamaica people know how
to changing times, right? Changing times.
A woman is just saying in her bed, yes, when man find good thing, then follow good thing.
Right. Well, I want to tell you that sometimes we believe that the women are following us, but they already planted the seeds and we're going as per directed, but not knowing.
All right, Steve, you justify your presence now.
You're going into biology, no?
Yeah. But so having worked up here, there is a very good. There is a very large Jamaican diaspora here, and however, we still stay connected to Jamaica in terms of listening to radio and so forth. And one of the things that one day I was actually listening to a talk show, and here someone called in and said that they had melon spoiling in St. Elizabeth. And the host of the show in Kingston said, yeah, there's a shortage in town. And at the same time, I said, I know what the solution is. And I was actually going to call the program and make that recommendation. But then I said, you know what? Nothing is going to happen. And let me put together the solution so I can help as my way of giving back. And so what I did was I created an online platform with almost like an online notice board where farmers anywhere in Jamaica can put up what they have for sale, and buyers anywhere in the world can make contact with the farmer. There's no charge for using the service. They just go on and just post what they have. And also buyers can go on and put what they're looking for, and a farmer anywhere can make contact with the buyer. They do their own due diligence, and they make their own arrangements of payment and make their own arrangement for shipping, and everything is done. So it's pretty much an online notice board connecting buyers and sellers.
And that's Yard Market, YAAD Market.
Yes, and yardmarket.com.
Yardmarket.com. Yes?
Yes.
Well, I commend that, Pearnel. I think that's an excellent thing. I wish that, in fact, we had a much broader application of that kind of connectivity between our farmers who don't, many of them are not technologically adept, but can become so. And where the problem where we are probably losing 30-40% of all our produce, agricultural produce at farm gate, could be alleviated by that kind of linkage.
Yes. But let me ask you before you answer, sir. That means you don't do any transportation of material from Jamaica to Canada?
No, I don't get involved. I just created a platform for them to use it.
And I hear a man is asking me to ask you, so how you get paid?
I don't get paid. I'm not involved in it, just my way of giving back.
Wow. Bless your heart.
That's my heart.
Yes.
So there's another Ronnie Thwaites over there.
Go ahead. I wish it was. But Steve McDonald, you often send me pictures of products that are labeled Jamaica style or Jamaica brand, and they're not. They never fly past Jamaica yet.
They have no association apart from the name and the look. No other association with Jamaica. They're from like Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, quite a few different areas that are using our name just because we cannot supply the market. We're not able to supply the market, and then there's a void. The Jamaican name sell, and so they tag on the Jamaican there and Jamaican coconut water. And you have some, so the coconut which you just put up on the screen was actually labeled Jamaican coconut, and it's from Costa Rica. And what actually happens is that anything that is labeled Jamaican more carries a premium in price. So if you have yam, which is selling for $3.99 per pound, once they tag it Jamaican yam, it's now $4.99 per pound. June plum, same thing.
Yeah, but I was confronted with this, Ronnie, and I'm not sure that anything is wrong with using Jamaican name to sell Jamaica.
It's not Jamaica we're selling.
Hold on. The void is still there.
Yes,
because our man.
Look at what just was on the screen.
But Steve.
Yeah.
If Steve.
Jamaican gold coconut water.
Right.
Eau de coco. Yes. And then down in the corner, it's a product of Costa Rica. How that came right?
Because the man discovered that there's a Jamaican audience in Canada.
Yes.
And if he uses Jamaican name,
yes,
he can sell a product
at a
and expand
price.
his free enterprise situation.
Yeah, but we kind of. But Steve,
so the Jamaican man must jump in.
Well, this is the point. This is why I invited Steve McDonald on the phone.
Yeah.
Because what kind of fool we are that we allow people to take step with us like that. So we farmer in Jamaica, poor, can't buy Christmas. Yes, but a next man is using what him have and advertising for him name, for them name, and getting a bigger money.
Because that man smarter than me and you.
No, sir. Nobody smarter than a Jamaican.
Well,
where
is the Jamaican man who to find out what Steve has put on this platform?
That's why we have him on the bridge.
And bringing trailer loads of it from St. Elizabeth to Kingston and send it up there. But you make a Canadian man put on the name Jamaican. Get on Steve platform and he's making money off the Jamaican name.
So, Mr. McDonald.
So just one pause, 1 minute there. It's
pausing.
not a Canadian man. It's actually a Jamaican. Most of the suppliers to the supermarket are Jamaicans.
Oh, okay. You see what I mean?
The problem is they cannot get the supply from Jamaica adequately. So they have to go and source it elsewhere.
And so they have to go to Costa Rica and source banana and to fill in the Jamaican
the coconut water that you just saw, we actually started that, meaning it was coming from Jamaica,
right?
And we just could not supply the market. We just could not supply the demand. And because of that, someone else, they reached out elsewhere and someone else was able to supply it.
Yeah.
Bring the water in and put it in a Jamaican container.
Yeah, but hold on. A lot of the products, help me now, Steve, and I think I'm representing correctly. A lot of the products that come from even Jamaican companies like Grace, the raw material is not sourced in Jamaica, you know.
Exactly.
That is correct.
Hold on now. But so therefore, we are interested, Pearnel Charles and myself, and you, Steve McDonald, all of our listeners, in progress for our nation, right? And we are stating this morning that what is going on is unhelpful and unsustainable. Why is it that we are in difficulties, revenues falling, human needs being unsatisfied in the country, when there is a demand for products that we can provide, we can grow, we do grow, we have a history of growing? Why is it that we are allowing a next man to make our money?
You want me to,
I want to answer.
I'll give you the first answer.
Look at that, product of Colombia, thyme, Jamaican thyme. I wish we had, we're showing the screen. product of Colombia. Jamaican Time, what is sold at that is a product of Colombia. So what happened to the St. Elizabeth farmer?
Steve has given you an answer a while ago, that the demand and the commander for the demand are Jamaicans.
So where is our Minister of Agriculture? Where is the Jamaica Agricultural Society? Where is JAMPRO? Where is JAMPRO? JAMPRO should be knocking on the door of Steve McDonald and the other Jamaican dealers who want to satisfy the needs of the Jamaican and broader diaspora, and saying to them, we want to be the link with you. Yard market is a good effort, but there needs to be much more.
And
I give you one quick example in terms of what just happened. We just had a major push on mangoes.
Yes.
And what I observed from what was happening with the mangoes, when they came out on the air and said, okay, we're sending mango to New York, there was a shortage in Toronto and England. When they said that they were sending it to England, there was a shortage in New York, US and Toronto market. So what is happening? The question that you asked, Rev, no one is actually assessing what the demand and supply is, and then making the adequate provisions to ensure that we're producing enough to supply the market. So we more or less can only supply one, even with the mango, we could only supply one market at a time. But we make it as a big fanfare that we're doing all of this, when actually, we're just doing Band-Aid approach in terms of what's happening. So there in the news recently, there were 3 farmers or 3 companies that said that they were going to start produce mango. Yeah. But yet, if I ask, what's the demand for mango in the different area? Yeah. I'm sure nobody can say how much is demand, what the output is going to be, and how we're going to adequately meet that market.
Yes, sir.
Steve, let me tell you quickly one of the problems.
And mango, the grounds, a stone dog.
Let me tell you one of the problems we have. We have a thing in Jamaica called small farmer. The small farmer cannot produce and export and run a business. We don't have, and I'm going to, I don't want to unfortunately call on the big names, because some of the big names in Jamaica who should be monitoring Canada and working with our small farmers, turn it into big product at the wharf and distribute it. They are importing.
So how are we going to change that now?
Why don't you just tell me? Don't ask me the question that you know.
That's where JAMPRO, one would think though, that's where JAMPRO would come in.
I would have thought.
JAMPRO working through RADA would say, JAMPRO would assess the market. JAMPRO has representative here in Toronto. They have representative in New York, and that person in New York, I'm sure, can reach out and see what's happening in Florida or the Jamaica, where the Jamaica main diasporas are. So they can, it's not difficult to assess what the market requirement is, and then work through RADA to ensure that we have the right amount of produce being done. Look, there's another example, cassava, when BAMIs. So we have a BAMI market here. When after Red Stripe started to use cassava, I noticed that the BAMI started to get scarce. So when I inquired as to what was happening, touched base with a few people. Most of the cassava is now being used in for Red Stripe. Yeah. So it clearly shows that no one is assessing the market to say, okay, we have this amount of demand here. We have, let's say, 5,000 pounds is sent off to the diaspora, exported. 5,000 pounds is used locally. You now want 7,000 pounds. So if you take it, then let us produce an extra 7,000 pounds. It's okay, let's just take from what we have. So that is where the issues are. It's not being coordinated.
The issue, you're right, Steve. We need.
So what government good for?
Hold on, Ronnie. Let's get off of it. Let's get off of government.
No, we're not getting off of them at all.
Hold a minute.
I don't have a budget.
Listen to the point I'm talking. You still need the Grace Kennedys and the big companies, because the small farmer started in Clarendon and Asiago, you know.
Hey, what happened to the
Agro 24.
Of course, I supported that.
And
what about with the Agricultural Marketing Corporation, which every government for the last 20 years has said we soon come back with it.
Yeah, but
and
listen,
Spanish Town Road still a rot.
And Steve is telling us that the missing link
Yes, sir.
is somebody between the exporter
Yes, sir.
and the producer. Who is the producer?
Yes, sir.
Small farmers who can only put it in ground and reap it.
Yes, sir.
Somebody has to do the marketing and the transportation.
Let me rescue you. I like the plan. I don't think it will work, but I hope it does. Whereas last week when they give out the lease land, Steve, for the mango, yes,
right.
Somebody was saying, boy, you know, we have to go door to door and knock on people and say, you have any Julie mango, you have any East Indian, come we buy it from you, okay?
Yeah, but remember we used to do that back in the 80s with coffee and cocoa. A truck would drive around
and pick it up.
Yeah, so it's not new.
And pay your money.
We've done that before.
A week time. But then no, let us do it again, because with the prices that Steve McDonald is talking about is Canadian dollars, you know.
Exactly.
Canadian dollars change out good in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yes? No, it's foreign exchange. It's not something, we need that. When Minister Nigel Clark speaks about having to diversify the economy, it goes before CARICOM 2 weeks ago. We have to diversify away from just one leg, tourism. Tourism being the heir and successor of sugar, yes? But fickle, just like sugar, yes? No, when he says that, look at the area that is in front of us. We could produce enough food, enough vegetables to satisfy the more than the amount of Jamaicans living abroad, yes, than live here. And all of the other Caribbean and other third world and crossover people. Yeah.
Ronnie,
we're not talking about crossover market yet, you know.
No.
We haven't touched on, we're just talking about the Jamaican market.
Yes, sir.
You know, banana shoot, the thing at the end of the banana.
Yes.
That is actually being sold up here, you know.
Banana shoot.
Banana shoot is actually being, some cultures eat it.
I hear Guinea
banana leaf.
Banana leaf.
Banana leaf. Dasheen and Bado leaf. So, you know, there's so much that we're not making that connection. We're not making that link.
Yeah.
To take advantage of the market. No, I paid about $3,000 Jamaican for breadfruit. I sent that to you some time ago. I just bought a piece of cane, which is about 2 feet long. And I paid $10 Canadian for it. That's about $1,300. That's like $100 or $200 when you buy it on the street.
Ronnie, me and you have to find out there is a missing link. Hold on. There is a missing link. There's an investor that is needed. Steve has prepared the platform. Mm-hmm. The farmers out in St. Ann and St. Elizabeth still can't get them food move out of for them little thing because it's donkey them still have to take it out. Mm-hmm. So somebody between Kingston and there mobilizing it and put it on the thing and send to Steve. That is missing in Jamaica. And one of the problems, let us because here Amanda shot it in the bedroom. Boss man, when rain fall we lose it. When sun come too much we lose it. I can't hold a goat. Yeah. So there is some problem. Yeah, but it must be managed in order for us.
Well, you see, when
move forward.
Let me take us now, Steve. When Floyd Green was appointed Minister of Agriculture, I really had hopes.
Yes.
I thought that he was clear enough in his head and he had the energy to see these problems and to identify and fill these links. Well, he has had a misstep. I hope he will regain his balance, as your mother's poem engages. But what I'm saying is now that we are looking at a major advantage to employ people, to retain the rural communities, to earn foreign exchange, to enhance the tax dollar, to satisfy our citizens abroad, to further bind them to Jamaican products and the Jamaican culture. And we have been looking at it for a long time and failing to satisfy it. That is a huge default.
Give me 10 seconds.
Rev,
give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds.
If I can just...
Hold on, Steve, for one. Let Pearnel speak first.
Edward Siago said the same thing in a cabinet.
So what happened to him?
Hold on. Agro 24, where 21. One man was putting in hundreds of acres.
Yes, sir.
And guess what? All the little farmers around were now told to plant.
Mother farm.
And
Sure. Michael had the same thing with Hounslow. But why it flop?
Politics.
Here
Politics.
Steve McDonald.
Why?
Cock your ears, Steve McDonald. Because we know why you hear this and tell people of Canada that Pearnel says so. And Pearnel giving life to the politics.
Me and you say, tell me say it wrong and tell me what is right.
No, you're not wrong. But what happened is that I ashamed to talk about that because
me not ashamed.
Because you and me supposed to do something about it.
Me I tell you like it is.
All right, sir.
If when we change government,
yes, sir.
Whether PNP or JLP, we follow and make the thing move on and compliment Steve and compliment the Jamaican diaspora with food. And the little farmers, between him producing, it's tape on the ground and rotten because nobody is going to leave Kingston, collect him thing, put it on boat, send to Steve. That is missing.
Yes, sir. Steve McDonald, your repost.
Yes, one of the things that I wanted to say, you made some good, you both made some good comments with regards to the connectivity and where the jumpers, JS routers and so forth. When I initially, about a few years ago, when I came down, when I started to speak on this and I met with the different people, I suggested that one of the things that can be done is make drops, package it properly, and send it up. Simple thing like drops and have it as a cottage coconut drops because it's being sold over. Package it properly. Have it as a cottage industry. I spoke to the RADA people and they say, because we even, we even have the machinery to do that, and it it
Scientific
would help.
Research Council know how to.
Yes, and get everybody involved. It was a good idea. Since then, nothing has happened.
No,
guess
but we
what?
trade in foreign exchange every day and make millions.
Somebody up here is making it, packaging it, and it's selling it. I sent your producer a picture of it, packaging it, and they have different flavors. But I saw that as a way, let's say you go to Garden Town, you get the ladies involved in it, or the different people, but it would involve people cutting coconut, carrying planting coconut, and carrying it from one area to the next. The other thing is breadfruit. Breadfruit is being used a lot now in different areas. Gluten-free people, health food crazed people, and all of those things are not. But these are things that you can.
How much you say you paid for the breadfruit? The equivalent of $3,000 Jamaican dollars for one breadfruit.
Yes, one breadfruit.
Yeah,
and that's just a finished product.
Yeah,
that and it's also being vacuum sealed. That is also being done. Vacuum seal and so forth. I made a suggestion some time ago to substitute the breadfruit for flour and replace it in a Nutribun. Haiti is doing that, and they're producing that's a coconut drop which is being shown on the screen right now. Which is produced in Canada because we didn't take advantage of that market. Use the breadfruit flour, put it in Nutribun, use the Nutribun back in school. Now you have a much healthier product. And but what this does is that it gets everyone involved. It gets all the small people involved, transportation, people to pick different labels. And, so you create a sustainable marketplace and lift the people from the bottom up. Right. But as Brother Charles said, politics.
There is somebody still missing. The farmers are ready out there. Steve is ready for distribution up there. The
market is ready.
The market is ready. The population of diaspora people are there yearning. Something is missing.
Yeah. Well, you say it's politics cause it missing.
Ronnie,
well, listen now.
You want me to withdraw that then?
No.
The Jamaican people. The right person who can do the investment and the transportation and the mobilization to get it through. So sometimes it takes so long at rotten and
we know all the problems, but we're bright enough to overcome them. If the Costa Rican can overcome them with our name and earn a big money, then we're supposed to do that too. Steve McDonald, don't congratulate him and don't weary in well doing at all. You see, we want you to feel free to contact us on the bridge every time, because we're going to fill that missing link and we're going to do better for ourselves and for you people. Thanks so much for today. Best wishes for the season.
Thank you very much for having me, and best wishes to you all. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to your listeners.
And tell all my family hello for me here.
Will do. And just a quick reminder, it's Yard Market, YAADMARKET.com.
Thanks so much.
Totally free to use.
Yes.